he's ripping and going about 3,000 or 4,000 miles an hour, and he hits a... Hey guys, welcome for a quick one with your Unkie Phil. These moto stories have been a blast. We're having so much fun, and it brings back all the adventures. Anytime I get dirty, anytime I think about getting dirty, I think back to Missouri, St. Louis, in fact. The guys from St. Louis, all city kids, they all decided they were going to throw a country rally out in the woods. I mean, real out in the woods. And we didn't have GPS back then. Nobody knew how to get there. So you had various people stationed along the way with arrows and signs pointing you where to go. And you know it's a good rally when you got to cross a creek to get to the rally site. And they were telling everybody, don't cross the creek, you're going to get your cars stuck or pickup truck stuck, because these guys are bringing bikes from all over America and many from Canada as well. And they called it the Hot Rod Nationals. They did two themes that I just loved. One was the Scooter Rodeo and one was the Hot Rod Nationals. And the Scooter Rodeo theme is great, cowpokes and little cowgirls running around, and exactly what you want for a long weekend out in the country with your friends. And somebody had brought this bike that was just like 9 bikes put together, and they focused all of their energy on the motor, and everything else was complete garbage. I mean, 8-inch wheels, just trash. But the motor was like 22-odd, 23-odd horsepower in a bike that weighs about 100 pounds. And we were all having a great time with it. We kind of figured out the area and figured out the grass track. And very much like this, we had a whopping 3 or 4 acres to play with. And one of our buddies, Stony, is just a legend, a car builder extraordinaire, true Renaissance man, and came down from Toronto, Ontario, and went out on the track and just having a good time. And you know, you just keep pushing harder and harder and harder. Well, the last event is usually a race. And the race is devil may care. You leave it all there. You leave it all on the track, and which is a bad idea when you're 40 or 50 miles away from the medical center. And Stony goes out and he's on that bike. And this thing was just incredible. They called it the cow bike. It looked like a cow. But he's ripping and going about 3,000 or 4,000 miles an hour. And he hits a divot, maybe, you know, a small bump, a depression. And the bike was higher in the air than he was at one point. And he just went up and he came down and just did that dead chicken thing that when you hit and then your wings go out and then you flop 2 or 3 more times as your neck fractures. And I think he was wearing safety equipment. I believe he had cut-off BDU shorts on. I'm pretty sure he was ready for the track. And we went up, we ran up to him, and he wasn't moving a lot. Well, we figured the worst. And among the various injuries, as he's laying there trying to regain consciousness, somebody looked down and said, oh my God, his teeth all busted out. He must have hit his jaw on the handlebars. And his wife came up and said, no, they looked like that before the crash. That's tough, man. That's just tough. I didn't know he was English. I thought he was Canadian. He had that going for him. But you know, he rallied. He went to the hospital and got all taped up, and he met us for the after party in Chicago. Stony, you're a fucking hero, man. So with that, like Stony, ride fast and take chances.